Hello dear guys, welcome to my new video on the accessory ducts in male reproductive system. If you want to watch the Hindi version of this video, then please follow the link that is given in the description below. Okay, so here we will start to the accessory ducts in the human male reproductive system. Before that, you should know the accessory ducts that found in the male reproductive system. They are as testis, Vasa afferentia, Epididymis, Vasa differentia, ejaculatory ducts, and urethra. And in this figure, you can see the few accessory ducts. Okay, the remaining all accessory ducts you are going to see one by one on the next slides. So in this figure you can see this is the epididymis. From this part up to this part you can see this is the epididymis. Then later from the lower, this is the lower part of the epididymis, and from this lower part of the epididymis the tubular structure arises, and this tubular structure is called as vas deferens. Okay, it is the vas deferens. Vas deferens is the singular and the plural is the Vasa differentia. So this is one vas deferens, you can see. Okay, this is one vas deferens, and this is the another vas deferens. Okay, that is rising over here. It's like this. So there are two Vasa differentia. Okay, then later next to the Vasa differentia you can see ejaculatory duct. So from here up to here, okay, just see from here up to here this is one ejaculatory duct, and from here up to here this is the another ejaculatory duct. And the final, okay, that is the urethra. You can see from here up to here this whole structure is called as the urethra. Okay, so the detail about the accessory ducts we can see one by one. In this figure, okay, you can see it shows the accessory ducts: testis, Vasa afferentia, Epididymis, Vasa differentia, ejaculatory ducts, and urethra. So here we will talk about the testis. Okay, so what is the testis? As shown over here, testis is the network of tubules at the posterior surface of the testis. Okay, so in this figure you can see this is the testis. Okay, this is the whole testis, and in this testis you can see this is the posterior surface or posterior side of the testis. Okay, this is the posterior side or posterior surface of the testis, and in this region you can see these are the tubular structures. Okay, these are the tubular parallel structures are seen, and these tubular parallel structures are called as the testis. Okay, so this is the testis. So this region is the testis, and testis are the parallel tubular structures. Okay, you can see this is the one lobule. Okay, that is shown in the red. This is another lobule. This is another lobule, and in these lobules we already have seen in last video, these are the seminiferous tubules. This is one seminiferous tubule, this is another seminiferous tubule, and we already have seen in the seminiferous tubule the process of spermatogenesis occurs. So the sperms from the seminiferous tubules, they are poured in this region of the testis. So we can we can tell the function of the testis. Testis, they collect the sperms coming from the seminiferous tubules. Okay, this is the seminiferous tubule which pours these sperms into the testis. So this is the function of the testis, which collects the sperms from the seminiferous tubules. And then later you can see in this figure these testis they transfer the sperms to the next part or the next tubular structure, which are called as the Vasa afferentia. So we'll see about the Vasa afferentia. So I already told this is the function of the testis. Testis, it collects the sperms from the seminiferous tubule. Okay, and it also transfer these sperms to the Vasa afferentia, as I told right now. So here we are going to talk about the next accessory duct, that is the Vasa afferentia. Okay, so what do we know about the vasa afferentia? Look at towards this figure. Same figure is over here. This is the urethra testis. Okay, and you can see this is the tunica albuginea we have seen in the last or previous video. So this is the tunica albuginea, and you can see these are the small tubular structures. Okay, these are near about 12 to 20. So 12 to 20 small tubular structures, they originates from the end of this urethra testis and they pierce this tunica albuginea. You can see these tubular structures, they are piercing this tunica albuginea, and they enter into the epididymis. Which region of epididymis? Caput epididymis. We will see that later on. So these are the small tubular structures which arises from the urethra testis and enters into the epididymis. So these structures are called as the vasa afferentia. Okay, these are the vasa afferentia. So you can see what these vasa afferentia are doing. They are collecting the sperms from these urethra testis, and these sperms, they are passing through these small tubules. Okay, the sperms passing through these small tubules which are called as vasa afferentia, and these sperms are entered over here in the region of the caput epididymis. In this way, vasa afferentia, it collects the sperms from the urethra testis and pours or transfer the sperms into the epididymis. So this is the definition of this vasa afferentia. These are the 12 to 20 small ductules arising from the urethra testis. In this figure, okay, if we take the transverse section, or if we try to observe the lumen or inside structure of that vasa afferentia, then you can see that this is the one outer layer and this is the another outer layer. So internally, these vasa afferentia are lined by the two types of cells. You can see. So these are the elongated cells and these are the smaller cells. Okay, or short cells. These elongated cells are the ciliated columnar epithelium or ciliated columnar epithelial cells. Okay, so these are the column-like cells and they bears the cilia. Hence, these are called as ciliated columnar epithelial cells. And what is the function of these cilia over here? These cilia helps to conduct the sperms through this lumen. So suppose that this arrow is the sperm. Okay, this arrow is the sperm. So what these cilia are doing? They are sweeping this sperm towards this side. You can see. So cilia sweeping the sperm. They are helping in the conduction of the sperm. So they sweep the sperm. That is the function. The another type of cilia, these are called as non-ciliated epithelium. Okay, this is the non-ciliated epithelium or non-ciliated epithelial cells, and these non-ciliated epithelial cells, they plays important role in the endocytic activity. Okay, so this is about the structure of this vasa afferentia. What is the function of vasa afferentia? As I told right now, they collect the sperms from the urethra testis and transfer them to the epididymis. We have seen just right now. The next accessory duct, that is the epididymis. Okay, about epididymis, you can see over here. Okay, so as we have seen, this is the testes. Okay, this is the testes, and all towards this is the posterior surface of the testes. Okay, this is the posterior border or posterior surface of the testes, and this epididymis, it is starting from here. Okay, it is coming as like this and it is ending over here. So from here up to here, this is the epididymis. Actually, epididymis is long and highly coiled tubular structure. It is long and highly coiled tubular structure which measures near about 4 to 6 meter in length. Okay, so that means from here up to here, it measures near about 4 to 6 meter in length. It is coiled structure. Okay, the epididymis is divided into 3 regions. The first part, okay, this first part is called as the caput epididymis, or this is also called as the head. Okay, it is the head of the epididymis or caput epididymis. Okay, then later you can see this middle part middle part is called as the body of the epididymis. Okay, middle part is somewhat narrow, it is the body of the epididymis, or it is also called as the corpus epididymis. And the lowermost part, you can see this is the lowermost part of the epididymis, which is called as cauda epididymis. Okay, so in this way epididymis is divided into three regions: caput epididymis, corpus or body of the epididymis, and lowermost one is the cauda epididymis. You can see this epididymis, it appears as a C alphabet in English. Okay, it is the C-shaped structure. Okay, in next figure we can see I have drawn, this is the head of the epididymis. Okay, just now you have seen the head of the epididymis. So this head of the epididymis internally lined by these cells, and these cells are called as the principal cells. Okay, these are the principal cells, and these principal cells, okay, they bears the cilia. You can see they bears the cilia. Okay, and these cilia are called as the stereocilia. Remember, the head of the epididymis, they contains the principal cells and they bears the stereocilia, and actually these stereocilia are non-motile. Okay, these are non-motile, they do not move. Okay, they do not move. And these principal cells, they secrete the fluid. You can see this is the fluid which is rich in the glycoprotein. So they secrete the glycoprotein rich fluid. So this is about the head of the epididymis. What is about the functions of the epididymis? First function, it receives the sperms from testes through the Vasa afferentia. We have seen. Okay, what is the function of epididymis? They receives the sperms from testes through the Vasa afferentia. Second function, epididymis stores the sperms till ejaculation. Okay, that means ejaculation, it is the act of giving out semen. Okay, and through that semen the sperms also come outside the body through the penis or penile opening. That is the ejaculation, and through that process the sperms are giving outside the body, but continuously ejaculation is not taking place after the formation of sperms. So till that the sperms are stored in the epididymis. Okay, next function, it help in the maturation of sperms. Actually in the epididymis the maturation of the sperms takes place, but keep in mind the sperms are not fully matured in the male reproductive system to fertilize the ovum. Okay, that means until they do not reach into the female reproductive system, the sperms do not get fully matured. In the male reproductive system, or the sperms that are releasing in the process of the ejaculation, they are not fully matured. But despite of that, the somewhat maturation of the sperms takes place in the epididymis. And the last function, you can see in the epididymis, physiological ripening of the sperms takes place. Next part, or the next accessory duct, that is the vas differentia. I have already shown you the Vasa differentia. You can see again in that figure. Look this figure over here. Okay, in this figure you can see just wait a minute. Yes, so this is the vas difference. Okay, this is the vas difference. This is one vas difference. Okay, just remember this vas difference is originating from the cauda epididymis. Just right now we have seen this is the cauda epididymis, and from this cauda epididymis the vas difference is arising. It is passing upward. You can see in this figure it is passing upward and it is entering into the abdominal cavity. So from here the abdominal, or from here the abdominal cavity starts. Okay, it is entering into the abdominal cavity, and after entering into the abdominal cavity you can see that it forms a loop over here. So this is the loop. Okay, it forms the loop over here, then it comes down and you can see it dilates in this region. So okay, it dilates in this region, and this dilated region is called as the ampulla. We will see in next figure also. This is the ampulla, and this is the distal end of this ampulla of the vas deferens, okay, to which or into which the seminal vesicle opens. Okay, this is the seminal vesicle, and this is the duct of the seminal vesicle. The duct of the seminal vesicle opens into the distal end of this ampulla. Okay, so this is the vas deferens. Okay, and from here, now from here up to here, the next is the ejaculatory duct. Our vas deferens is ending over here. Up to here there is a vas deferens. Okay, so this is about the vas deferens. We will see in the next figure. Okay, so we were talking about this, sorry, this is the vas deferens. Look at this, this is a testis. Okay, this is a testis, and on this testis this is a epididymis. Okay, from this posterior end this is epididymis, and this is the chorda epididymis. So this from this chorda epididymis, this vas deferens arises. It is passing upward. You can see it is passing upward, and it is going behind the urinary bladder. You can see this structure is called as the urinary bladder, and this vas deferens, it is passing behind the urinary bladder. Okay, it is entering over here, and you can see this is the seminal vesicle. So this is the seminal vesicle, and that the duct of seminal vesicle opens into this vas deferens. Okay, so this is the vas deferens you can see in this figure. Then later I will tell you in this figure. This is ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct, it opens into this urethra. You can see it is urethra, and this is the urethra, and this part of urethra, it is passing through the penis. In this figure again we will talk about the vas deferens. Okay, you can see this is vas deferens. Okay, this is vas deferens. This is up to this is the vas deferens. So vas deferens, it is thick lined or thick walled. Okay, it is thick walled, and it is muscular part. Okay, thick walled and muscular part, and that carries the sperms from chorda epididymis up to this ejaculatory duct over here. Okay, after this vas deferens, okay, you can see the next part is the ejaculatory duct. This is the seminal vesicle, and this is the duct of the seminal vesicle, and the duct of the seminal vesicle opens into this ampulla. As I told right now, ampulla is the swollen part of this vas deferens. Okay, and here it is opening into this ampulla, and from here up to here this is the ejaculatory duct. This is ejaculatory duct. On the another side also this is another ejaculatory duct, and both these ejaculatory ducts, they open into the urethra over here. This is the function of the Vasa differentia. They carries the sperms from epididymis up to the ejaculatory duct by the peristalsis. Peristalsis, that means as we have seen, this vas deferens is made up of the muscles. So the muscles contract and relaxes, and this contraction and relaxation is called as the peristalsis, by which the sperms are passes towards the next part. The functions of ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct, they carry sperms along with the seminal fluid and transfer to the urethra. The last part, that is urethra, we will see over here. Okay, you can see this is the urinary bladder, and from this urinary bladder, okay, at the end of this urinary bladder, from the end of this urinary bladder, the urethra arises, and this urethra, it's passing like this, okay, up to here. So the urethra in human male, it is divided into 4 parts. You can see this is the first part, this is called as urinary urethra. This is the second part, it is called as prostatic urethra. From here to here, this is the third part called as membranous urethra, and this is the last part that is called as penile or spongial urethra. Okay, so you can see at the end of this urinary bladder, the part of urethra that is found is called as urinary urethra, and it carries urine only. So this part of urethra, it carries urine only. Okay, then later we can see over here, this is the prostate gland. Okay, this is a prostate gland, and over here you can see this is one duct and this is another duct. We have just right now seen these two ducts are the ejaculatory ducts. So these ejaculatory ducts, they open into the urethra in the region of this prostate gland, and they pour the seminal fluid into this region. Okay, so this is the prostatic urethra. Prostatic urethra carries urine as well as semen. Next part, this is the membranous urethra. From here up to here, this is membranous urethra. Membranous, in the region of membranous urethra, you can see this is one gland and this is another gland. Two glands you can see over here, and these two glands are the Copper's gland. Okay, this is the membranous urethra. And finally, the part of urethra that is passing through the penis. Okay, the part of urethra that is passing through the penis is called as penile urethra or spongial urethra. So this is the longest part of the urethra, which measures near about 15 centimeter. The total length of the urethra in human male is near about 20 centimeter. Okay. Functions of urethra, you can see it carries urine outside the body during urination. As I have told right now, urethra carries urine as well as semen. Okay, but not simultaneously. Okay, not at the same time. So it carries urine as well as it carries semen also. So it carries the semen outside the body during the ejaculation. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and comment on it. We will meet in next video in the next part of the male reproductive system.